Hi Sherry, can you hear me? I don't know if you can hear me because I had to stop streaming. It's telling me I've got an unsupported resolution. I don't know how to fix it. Hi Tammy. What does my picture look like to you guys? Am I blurry? Am I pausing? What am I doing? Am I buffering? Hi Zoe. It's telling me I have the wrong resolution. I don't know why it's telling me that. That looks great. Okay. Okay. Alright guys, I'll keep going then. I don't know why it says unsupported resolution, like I haven't got the right settings or something. I don't know. Maybe it's a YouTube thing. Okay guys, thanks for joining me. We're making a pine cone ball today. This is what we're making. Let me move this. This is what we're making today. And we're making it out of napkins, paper napkins. So I'm just going to cut some napkins to 3-inch squares. Yeah, typical YouTube confusion. Yeah, well, confused me. I was like, I don't know how to fix that. Thanks, Sherry. So I'm going to cut this to 3-inch squares. And you can do the same thing that I'm doing to make this ball, the pine cone, rather, with paper, or you can use fabric. I've made a tutorial before where I've made it with fabric, and I did one that was paper, but I didn't do a tutorial on it. And then the other day I tried napkins because I had some napkins, and I thought, hey, it works with napkins. And napkins are a lot cheaper than fabric, so I thought, let's do a tutorial on how to make one with napkins. So you just leave your napkin with its backing on, you don't take that off, and then just cut it into 3-inch squares. I'm supposed to be painting. I've decided that I'm going to paint 2 rooms before the 1st of December so that I can put the tree up and the decorations up in a nice new painted room. But I went to, I finished, you know, filling in all the holes and whatever and the cracks and that. And I went to open the tin earlier and I can't get the lid off. I can't get the lid off the tin. So I guess that means no painting today. I'm not happy because I could have done 2 coats already before I even started the stream, and now there's nothing because I can't get the lid open, the lid off the tin. So I guess it's just going to have to wait until hubby gets home to see if he can open it. I can't do it. I have lots of napkins, yay! And you can do, you don't even have to have a Christmas pattern. You can do just normal solid colours. I've got the red one here. I've got red napkin. I didn't have green and I forgot to buy green, so it doesn't matter, we don't need green. But I'm also going to show you how to do a pinecone tree, or a Christmas tree, the same way as a pinecone. So you're going to need a 7 centimetre, I'm saying centimetre because that's what the packaging said, styrofoam ball for the pinecone. I don't know what it is in inches, roughly 3 inches maybe. Yeah, well, you can use other ones. I've got plain white ones I could use too. But it's a lot cheaper than doing... Well, this one wasn't made with all Christmas napkins because I didn't have them. So I had a black and white napkin for that one. Then I had another... I don't even know what that one was on there. It's like brown colour. And then that one was a Christmas one. So I only had one Christmas napkin out of all of them. So yeah, you don't really need Christmas napkins. You can use whatever you have. Okay. So what you're going to do with these, I've got another pile there. That's going to be That's going to be more than I'll probably have enough for the tree. But I was determined to cut that piece up into 3-inch squares as well. So you got your red ones and your green ones, and what you're going to do is fold them into triangles. But the first piece is going to be, you're going to fold it into half, and then half the other way to find the middle of your piece of paper or napkin. Then find, I'm going to go with the join line that's on this ball here, and put mine on that line. I'm just going to line it up on that line. It doesn't have to be, but I don't know, I figure that the join line would be 2 halves of the ball, so I'm going to go with that. So it's kind of like the middle. And then you're going to need some pins, and you're going to put a pin in the middle where that, you'll see your middle point where you made your cross because you folded it. So that'll show you where the middle is. So that's just to line it up. so that you can see where that middle is. Then I'm just going to put a pin in each corner. Hi Holly. Put the pins over to this side of me, so I don't have to keep reaching over. So now this pin that you put in the middle, that was just to hold it there for you. So we're going to take that out. We don't need that pin. What you're going to do now is I'm going to use the other colour. This is so that it hides the bottom of your ball, so it's not white. If you can see what I mean, that's this part here. So what you're going to do now is fold your next colour into triangles. So you're going to fold it in half, then you're going to fold it in half again to make a triangle, just like that. And you're going to add it so that the point is right on that. You should be able to see your fold where your middle is. So you just put your point on that line, then you grab two pins and put one on each end of your triangle to hold that in place. Okay. Just like that. And then you put another one on this side. How big are the squares? 3 inches. But if you have a smaller ball, then you would do smaller squares. So the bigger the ball, the bigger the squares. So this time I'm going, I've probably moved that other red one up a little bit. I'm going to go there like that and put a pin on each end. Of that triangle. Like that. I think I can move this one up a little bit. I'm a bit far away from the middle. I can move it up just slightly. Like that. It doesn't have to be perfect, because you're not going to notice anyway. Just so that it's roughly in the same, you know, pointing towards each other, the 2 points. And then you do one over here. Again, pointing towards that middle and putting the pins in the corners, and you just keep going and doing it that way all the way around. And you don't want to take your backing off your napkins, otherwise they'll be too thin. And I realise that some napkins are thicker than others and have more backing, but you just leave that on. See, like that. So that's your center part, your middle bit. Now you're going to do another row, but you're going to put the points in between these two open bits. So you're putting the point in there, in between the two other two triangles. See, like that. This one's a little loose. Move that over a little bit. That. And just keep going around. Hello, what are you doing? My cat just came in the room. She said hi. Hi. Hello. What? Really? Hi, Grace. What? Why are you meowing at me? I'm good, thanks. And now that you've got 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, now you change colours. So back to this one. And this time you're putting it on that first, back on the first triangle that you did in the red. So you're alternating in between triangles every time. Yeah, me too, Grace. I actually don't sound too bad, but I'm sure it'll kick in a minute and it'll be all stuffy. Oh. Your injection. What do you get an injection for? Hi, Marie. I'm making a pine cone, a Christmas pine cone, like this. See? That's what I'm making, but in 2 colours. Oh, you get an injection for hay fever? I just thought you had to take like Zyrtec or something. I don't even take that. I just deal with it. Hello, Charlie. Can you guys hear my cat meowing? Oh, yeah. Really? You're loud? You've got food, so don't ask me for that. Yeah. Can you hear her? What? Yeah, everyone wants to know what. Holly said, hi, Charlie. Yes, she did. She said, hi, Charlie. Yeah. Oh, it's funny. She's looking at me like, what? She's got food, but she's going to, she hits 14 in April. So she's going to be 14 in April. And I swear she has Alzheimer's, because I feed her and then like 10 minutes later she'll meow at me like I haven't fed her at all. And that's what she's doing now. Instead of going to check to see if there's food in her bowl, she'll just meow at me instead, which gets quite annoying because I know I fed her and I know there's food out there, because she never eats everything at once. She leaves it. She only has like a little bit and then comes back to it later. And that's why she's meowing now, because it's later and she thinks she needs more food, but she actually has some. Does it, Holly? It's annoying at times. I have to pick her up and actually take her and put her in front of her bowl, and then she has some and she's fine again. But I can't do that right now because I'm busy. So that's your next row. And then we're going to go back with the red again. Yeah. No, sometimes it kind of would pay if we actually knew what they were saying. But then again, who knows what they're saying? Maybe we shouldn't. That row. I'm going to have to cut more red napkins by the looks of it. It goes pretty quickly because all you're doing is folding triangles and attaching them. So even if you were using fabric, you would pre-cut all your triangles, all your squares rather, and you know, and have a pile, and then just, you can even pre-fold them into triangles, and then have a pile of triangles, and then just make your pine cone. So that one goes there. I actually couldn't find a wreath. My cheap shop here used to have polystyrene wreaths, but I don't know why this year they don't have any. And I was going to show you guys how to do a wreath with the same triangles, but in wreath form. I have a tutorial. Do I have a tutorial? Yeah, I think I do. I have a tutorial on it already, but I thought, you know, because we're doing the 12 weeks of Christmas, I thought I could do that too, but I can't do that because I can't find a wreath anywhere. But we'll do the tree instead later, after we finish this one, if it's not too late and the stream doesn't drop out. No happy mail today? Oh. No, I didn't get any happy mail. No happy mail. Oh, you did, Kat? Awesome. That's good. Geez, that took a little while to get to you. You're only in Melbourne, aren't you? I forgot where you are now. But you're in Melbourne, aren't you? I suppose it's busy because of Christmas. I guess people are sending stuff. So that's the next row. See? And you don't have to alternate rows. You could alternate every second. One could be a different one, like this one. They're all like different. But I just thought I'd do thought I'd do rows this time. It seemed to come quick. Quick? No. From me to you, it should have been there. What's today? Wednesday. It should have been there. I sent it Saturday, so it should have been there Monday, Tuesday at the latest. Not today. That's slow. Because I'm only an hour away from Melbourne, so it shouldn't have been that slow, but it is getting closer to Christmas, so I guess that could be why. But I'm glad you got them and they all arrived nice and safely. You love this idea? when I first started doing these, I did them with fabric, and I love the fact that we can do it with napkins, because these are easy to fold and the pins go in really easy. But when I did them with fabric, I started doing them with like a not a denim, but a thicker like an upholstery kind of fabric. And boy, was that a bad idea. I could not feel my finger from pushing the pin in through that. Woo, I couldn't feel my fingers. I had to use a thimble. And then I realised, oh, this fabric's way too thick. I've got to, you know, use something else. So I had to pull the whole thing apart. The amount that I'd done. I hadn't quite finished the ball, but I kind of, I did a fair bit of it, and then I had to pull it all apart and start it again because my finger was so sore. And then it was like only the first ball that I did. I remember that because I learnt my lesson not to use thick fabric. Hi, Shell. You're late? Yeah, I started on time today. I was such a good girl, except for the fact that my notification from YouTube said I had bad resolution, and I quickly stopped it and went and tried to see what it was, but I didn't know what I was doing. Something was happening and it wasn't fixable for me, so I just left it. The girls said it was okay, so hopefully it's okay. Yes, Grace, when the telly is on, yep. If you pre-cut all your squares, you certainly can do it while you're watching telly. Just don't drop a pin and then not know where it's gone. Not know where it's gone and somebody will end up sitting on it. Maybe they were suspicious of the package. You know how paper is such a dangerous substance. Oh. What am I up to? That one. What? You sent your brother-in-law a birthday card this year and it took 27 days to arrive and he lives in Hawthorne. What? But that's just ridiculous. Where did it go? What was the stamp on it when he got his birthday card? Did it say where it had been? I mean, did it go to the moon and back? Like, what the heck? Australia Post are weird sometimes. That's terrible. Joel kind of fell asleep. I was awake early because we had to have Brady at the train station by 6:15. Wow, because he went on camp. That's so awesome. You know what? I cried when Nathan went on camp for the first time. And his mates are like, I'm not crying. Oh, but he was so little. And he'd actually never been away from me before. And I was like, oh my God, he's going wherever they went. I don't know. I can't remember now. I got a Christmas children's book, but it is too nice to cut up. Oh yeah, scan it and then print it. Print the page out. Yeah, his wasn't too far either. But it was just his first one and I don't know, he was little. And his mates are like, is your mum crying? He's like, yep. Yep. No, I tried not to face the bus when he was leaving. I turned away, but it was too late. Brady's flown from Melbourne to Sydney and Newcastle. Oh, wow, really? Wow, he's well travelled for a little one. Now you can see how this is bunching up. Well, I'm going to, that's because now the pieces are getting too big for the end of the ball here. So it's bunching up a little bit. So what I'm going to do now for the next row is I'm going to fold them over so that they don't do that. So I'm going to show you that in a second. I'll show you what I mean. I've got 2 pieces left. I'm going to have to cut another napkin up in a second. But what I'm going to do is, so that to stop the bunching, it's going to go there, but I'm going to fold the tips under. I'm going to fold that under there like that, so that it doesn't bunch up. So it's going to be like a house shape, and then I'm going to go around and do that. Okay, so I'm still going to pin it just like I did before, but I'm just making the ends smaller so that they don't bunch up, see? And we're going to go around and do that. Okay, bye Sherry, thanks for popping in. Donna said to say hi. Hi Donna, what's Donna doing? Food night. Was I supposed to say good night? Oh. Now I need to cut some more red ones, so I'm gonna move that out the way so I can get another napkin out. These ones were only $1 a packet, but they're a lot smaller than the other ones. So again, you're cutting. Donna's on her way to the shop, so I was talking to her in Messenger. Oh, okay. So you're cutting 3 inches, 3-inch squares. Three-inch squares. Oh, thanks, Kat. Yeah, that's right. But you don't like, who was I talking to? I don't know who it was now, but I said that you don't actually need Christmas napkins. You can use other ones as well with different patterns. They don't actually have to be Christmassy ones. Because, I mean, this one wasn't done, you know, with all Christmas ones. There's only one Christmas napkin in there. The other ones are just normal pattern. But if I had a thought about it, I would have bought green instead, because we're going to do a tree, and the tree is green. Usually. So Shell, you know how I'm supposed to be painting? Well, I can't get the, oh, I didn't do this one. I can't get the lid off the tin. I can't open a tin. So I haven't done any painting. I could have done 2 coats already, but I can't get the lid off to open it. So I can't do anything. But I filled all the gaps and all the cracks and all that stuff. I've done that. but no painting whatsoever because I can't get the tin open. What to do? I'm going to wait for hubby to come home. I don't know what to do. I tried 3 times. I was so mad. I was so angry that I couldn't get the lid open. I had a coffee. I thought I'll just have a break. I'll have a coffee, which is still here. And I thought, oh, I'll go back in a minute and I'll try again. Well, I went back and I tried again, and I hit my finger on the tin and everything. I just can't get it up. I can't get it open. I don't know what to do. So I tried prying it up with a screwdriver, and I tried pulling on it with pliers. I tried everything. I don't know how to get it open. So I bought a package. Yeah, but I need it to be... How am I going to seal it if I put a hole in it? I'll just wait for him to come home and see if he can open it. Then we'll just figure out what to do. I bought a package of Christmas tissue today for $1.48. I almost had an aneurysm, like, oh my god. Oh. Yeah. We don't have anything that costs 25 cents. I don't even think can you get a lolly for I don't even know. Yeah, it's just, yeah. Yeah. I was surprised I got this package of tissue, napkins, these red napkins. Look, $1. I was like, oh, it's only $1. Since when does our prices... Since when do our stickers say $1? Can't see that. One lolly. Oh. Oh. Is Connor going to be all lonely now that his brother won't be home? He's going to ask where he is, or not? So this is now the last row. Alright, so we're going to add some decorative bits on the top in a minute. You're going to need some ribbon and some hot glue. You don't have to have hot glue, I guess. I suppose you can pin it on. I did on that one actually. I pinned it on because it was just my sample ball. But to do it, I would normally hot glue it on because you don't want that coming off. I'm looking for him in his room too. Oh, that's so sad. Oh, lucky it's only 2 days. Oh, it's getting a bit tough going through all those napkins. I think that's it, is it? Yep, that's it. Okay, so the top looks like that. That's a bit messy on the top, but you'll cover that up in a second. So now you're going to get some... Did I miss one? should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I missed one. There should be one more. There should be one on that one. Like that. You got a round of 8. There's 8 that go around, depending, again, the size of your ball. It's not necessarily 8. If you're using, you know, bigger squares or whatever. Okay, now we've got 8. Now we're good. 3, 6, 7, 8. Yep. Now we're good. Now we're going to add ribbon. I've got two different sorts of ribbon and some bells. So we're just going to find some. Thanks, Tammy. So with this, I'm going to, I don't know if I want to do bows or whether I want to do strips of ribbon. You can decorate the top however you want to do it. It's pretty much just to cover the pins. They can add bows. Scissors. Plug in my hot glue gun. Did you guys have a storm yesterday, Shell? I know Kat would have had a storm because she's in Melbourne. Ooh. Shell's had a tie bow. Wow. Oh, let's see if I can show you. It took me ages to figure out how to get a bow that looked like a bow by just tying it. So what I do is I make a loop, then I grab it with my finger here. I bring this one around the loop, again grabbing it with this finger here. Then I move this loop that my thumb is under, move that out a bit and push this ribbon through this loop here. Then I grab the loop that I've pushed through and I grab this loop and I pull them, and that's my bow. And then I just adjust it. See? Right, Kat? I hope my glue gun doesn't catch on fire. It's the other, I'll put the other cord in. I'm using the other cord now. You were obviously there for that one when it was smoking. Yeah, it took me a long time to figure out how to get it to actually be a bow when it's finished. A lot of people use those bow things with the you know the prongs, and then they use, I don't know what, a bow something. What's it called? I don't know. I can't think. I'm going to add those two like that, I think, on there. And then I'm going to add another one with this gold ribbon in the middle and a loop. Bow maker. Yeah, it has a name though. Is it bow something? Bow Dabra? Bow magic? Bow, no, I don't know. Something like that. It's got a name to it. And I've seen people use forks as well. And I'm like, yeah. No, I'm doing another one. I'm going to use another one. I'm going to do another one. Oop, that's not long enough. Yeah, we had a big storm yesterday. We had the lightning, the thunder. Every time I had to bring the dog in, and every time the lightning went off, he looked at me like, "Oh, it's going to happen, isn't it?" And then the thunder went off, and he was not a happy boy. But he was in here with me, but he still wasn't happy. But he doesn't do, like some dogs shake and they do, they have anxiety. He doesn't have that, so that's alright. So that's good. No smoking glue gun this time. Nope. Although I am using inferior glue sticks because for some reason they don't want to pull through. I think they're too small. The cheapy Chinese ones, and I don't think they're the right size. You've seen some. Ian made me one. Oh no, he didn't. No, he didn't. I was going to say Ian made me one, but he made me a bracelet stand. It had 2 poles, and he put 2 nails in so I could hang my chain when I was making my bracelets, because there was a plastic version and I bought it and it broke, and I said to Ian, it broke. It had like clips, and you would clip your chain onto the ends, but it was on 2 poles, and one of the clips broke. And I said, well, I can't use it now, it's broken, I have to throw it out, because gluing it would be no good, because you'd have to squeeze it, and every time you squeeze it, it would break. And so he made me one, and it was just a plank of wood with 2 poles and 2 nails in the top of the dowel, so that I could hang my chain. But yeah, it worked. I had it for ages when I was doing my making my jewelry. Ow, that's hot. Making my jewelry. I had it for ages. It worked fine. I'm just adding these bows so that it hides the I was going to say nails. Hides the pins. I actually watched a tutorial once where a lady was calling them nails. I've actually glued that one around the wrong way. That one needs to come off. I wanted it to go. That one's actually around the wrong way. You come off. Oh, ripped my napkin. Nobody saw that. Nobody. It's perfectly fine. Okay, and that one's gonna go there. Look at that. And then I'm gonna use one more piece for the loop. Right, Shell? And then I'm just going to glue that. I'm actually going to make a little hole in the styrofoam so I can push that in there with some glue. Okay. And if you wanted to add bells, you could totally add bells if you wanted to on the top. I've got some bells here. You can add, you know, to there, but I don't think I'll worry about it. I think it looks cute with just the ribbons. So that's it. That's how you make a pine cone styrofoam ball. So now that we've made that, that's the other one I did. And this one, this was my prototype. I just used pins. I didn't glue anything. It was just being held together with pins. Now my dog's barking. Thank you, George. Thanks so much. Now I'm gonna unplug my glue gun. Really? It's probably a dog gone past and he needs to say something. No, just a guy on a skateboard. That'll set him off too. Thanks, guys. I was thinking it looked like a pine cone. Yeah, it does. But if Shell, the egg-shaped one looks even more like a pine cone. These ones are more rounded, whereas if you use the styrofoam egg that I sent you, that one turns out this turns out even more like a pine cone. This would be the top, the fat end, and then it would come down. So if you use the egg, it will look even cuter than the round one. But I wanted to do the round one because I know a lot of people don't have the egg shape. So, but now we're going to do a tree. Now we're going to cut some. Oh no, I've got. Yeah, I need to cut some more red. I'm out of red again, so I'm going to move my pins again. Move that. I've got some of that cut. Right, cut some more napkins for the tree. Or we could just do it all in one colour. I could just do it all in this on the tree. Do you want to do that? Do you want to do the one colour or two colours? What do you want to do, guys? One or two? She got one of the napkin trees for a gift last year. Somebody's done a napkin tree? I didn't know they existed. I thought this was my idea with the napkins. I've done it in fabric and paper, but I've never done it with napkins. I didn't know. I didn't know there was anything. 2. Alright, okay, we'll do 2. I'll cut some red then. Cut some red. I'm going to do it this way and leave it in half. And no. No, I'm not. And remember to leave the backing on your napkin, because otherwise it's not going to be thick enough. Again, same size, we're doing 3-inch squares. One more. And then for the next 12 weeks of Christmas live stream, or recorded, whatever, either one, I was thinking about doing a tutorial on how I made these guys. What do you think? Huh? I don't have enough for the tree. I've only got 3 pieces, otherwise cat, so I'm going to cut that. It doesn't matter. I bought the napkins for the project anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, I thought for the next live stream I might do a tutorial on how to make these guys, because I made a few of them, but I did sell them. But I don't know, I thought it was an idea. And I've also got other card type projects as well coming up. Thanks, Kat. Yeah, Marie bought them, Shell. I made them last year. I made about, I don't know if you remember, but I made about 30 or so last year. And you wouldn't believe it, but Betita actually bought all of them. So nobody else was interested in purchasing them, and she ended up buying all of them. Oops. She bought some, and then she messaged me a couple of days later, and she said, "Do you have any more?" And I said, "Yeah, I've got however many left." And she said, "Oh, I'll buy them too." But had she not have done that, I would have had heaps left. So that's why this year, when I shared it in other groups, I shared photos, and the ladies in there said, "Are you selling them?" I said, "No, because nobody wanted them." But I put them up in our Facebook YouTube group, and Marie bought them, so that's alright. I only made 5, because I really didn't want to make a... I just was using like clay that I had out, like had leftovers. So again, you're just folding your 3-inch squares into triangles, and this time you're putting them at the bottom of your tree. Okay, so that's going to go up a little bit. It's going to sit so it sticks out a little bit when it stands, but you don't want it to be too high up, because you want the other triangles to cover. You'll see what I mean in a minute. So you've got it like this, and you've got this bit here is all that's going to stick off, because you don't want it to be too high, because when the tree sits, that's going to stick out. But if you take it up too high, too far, then your other next triangle, you're going to see white gap down here. So you don't want that. You want some? Oh, well, what I'll do is if I do a tutorial on the next one, and the next 12 weeks of Christmas, if I do a tutorial on those, is that 3 inches? Yeah, okay. Then if you like them, you can have the ones that I do in the stream. Would that be okay? Or did you want specific colours or whatever? Let me know anyway, and I can do maybe specific colours in the live stream. So that'd be fine. Okay. Because they're really easy and really quick to put together. I can easily whip up 4 of them in a live stream. So see how that's sitting? And you're just putting the point of each triangle, you're connecting the next one at the point, and you're going to go across. That one's up a bit higher. I'm going to bring it down a little. So you've got that, okay? And then now you're going to put another triangle in to cover up this white space in between. So you're working in between, same as the ball. You made a ribbon tree, okay? I don't know what a ribbon tree is. Made from ribbons, I'm presuming. How do you make a ribbon tree? Obviously, I haven't YouTubed enough to not know what a ribbon tree is. Well, I just thought I'd do these with napkins because I've done them with fabric and I've done them with paper. And I thought, oh, I wonder if they would work with napkins. And they do. And how many napkins? I didn't even 4 napkins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 napkins for the ball, I think. Looping the ribbon to mimic branches like you have, and attaching pieces of thin ribbon around the tree. Oh, okay. I probably have seen that, or something similar. Cute. I really wanted to show you guys a wreath, but like I said, I couldn't get a wreath styrofoam this year, but I do have a tutorial on it already. I'm pretty sure I do, on my channel, on how to make a fabric wreath. My favorite one though is the rolled rose wreath. It's made with foam, not foam, with felt. It's made with felt circles, and then you cut them into a spiral and then roll a rose, and then I glued the roses to the wreath, and then I added pearls in between. Oh, are we going to keep, do you want to change colours? I think Kat said she wanted to change colours, so we'll change colours. So you don't want to make the bottom too, because it's got to sit like that. So you don't want to make them too long at the bottom. So we're changing colours, we're going with red. Or I could do white. I've got some white napkins. I could do white row. If I have a photo and I'll share it to the group, or I'll find a similar photo to share. Okay. If anybody wants to join our Facebook, YouTube Facebook group, I don't know whether to call it a YouTube Facebook group or a Facebook YouTube group, but it's on Facebook, and it's to chat and talk about what we do here on the channel and other crafter stuff that we might do. If you wanted to share, you can share in there so we can see what you guys are doing as well. So if you want, the link is in the description box under all my recent videos and live streams. And all you have to do to get in there is be a subscriber of the channel here. So, easy peasy. Yeah, you could. I actually have wired lights. I can't show you. Oh, I can show you the battery part. I actually have them. I bought them from Kmart. You can't see. Can you see? Yeah. I have them around my the thing that records, webcam. I have them wired around the webcam arm, the microphone arm thing. Because I think they're pretty. Actually, I could turn them on. Oh, now you get a reflection in the tin. Oh. But yeah, I have those, and then I have a set. Those ones don't have leaves, but I have a set that I bought from Kmart as well. That's holly leaves, and those ones are around my monitor. I was going to get my sister some lights for her TV because she's got a big TV in her room that she watches because she's not well, so she has a TV on all the time, and I offered to get her some lights, but she said no, she didn't want any. I thought they would look cute across her top of the TV, but she's not in the mood. Would it be too busy if one was made like pattern white, red, white pattern order? No, I don't think so, because I don't think so, because this one's busy. Look how busy look how busy that is, and it still looks good. Because like I said, I originally didn't have Christmas napkins. I only had this Christmas napkin. I think I had a bird on it or something, and the others are not Christmas napkins, but I needed to make a sample, and I don't think it's too busy. It still looks cute, so you can use whatever. I don't think it would look too busy. I think what I might do is use these. I don't know if these will be too thin though. It's only one ply. These takeaway napkins. I think they're too thin to use those ones. But what have I got? I don't know. I could do. What am I up to here? Ow! That pin got me. Yeah. Yeah, it is understandable. Yeah. Hi, G. I don't actually have any other Christmas napkins to use on this, but if you wanted me to change it up a little bit, I guess I can. I can get the box down with my napkins in it and see what else I can use, if you want, or I can just leave it like this and keep going with this order. And what you do is you just do the same as the ball, and you layer them on top of the next one in between and go around and up. Oh. Do you have Do you have a needle phobia? I think my husband does. I definitely know he does. Oh. My son doesn't. He watches the girl put the needle in his arm, and she was having trouble once getting the vein, and she was moving it around, and he's sitting there watching her. I had no idea because I couldn't see. And he said, yeah, she was moving it around trying to get the vein, and he was only, I think, 12, I think he was at the time. And he said, I was watching her, move it around. I'm like, are you serious? You were watching her? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, oh my God. I mean, I'm not afraid of needles, but I won't watch her do it. I will look away. I can't watch it go in. So I couldn't believe how, he was watching. He was like 12 or something. And I'm like, wow. And then his father is completely the opposite. He has a panic attack. Oh my God. Need to chain and bolt him down to get a needle into him. But like I said, I'm okay. I can't watch it. Oh, I have a tough kid. Yeah, you sound like my husband, Tammy. Yeah, you do. He. I've never seen anybody react the way he does. Yeah, he even had treatment like a 6-year-old, where they use the numbing cream and all that shit, and they get the person to hold your arm and all that. Oh my God. Couldn't believe it. I thought it was, well, I didn't think it was hilarious. I didn't think it was funny at all. I actually couldn't believe what was happening. I didn't know that he had a reaction like that. I didn't know that that was going to happen. I was kind of in shock. I was like, what the heck is going on? But like I said, my son's completely the opposite. He's the toughest one. I'm okay with watching other people get needles. I just can't watch myself. Yeah, my husband was sweating too. He was sweating like anything. It would have been easier just to knock him out and do it. If that was me trying to get the needle into him, I would have just knocked him out. It took a lot longer to get blood drawn than what it should have. I have to leave the room as soon as the needle comes out. Oh, well, how do you get blood taken? Do they sedate you, or how do they? With great difficulty, and my doctor won't leave the room till it's over. I've vanished many times on her now. She won't leave the room. Oh. Well, my husband had he had one guy holding his arm. He had a nurse, and he had the doctor actually taking the blood. He was. I've never seen anything like it. I didn't know he was going to do that. Like, I've been married to him forever and I had no idea. He never told me he had needle anxiety. He said to me, I said, do you want me to come in with you? And he said, yeah. And I said, oh, okay. He goes, because I might pass out. And I thought, oh, okay. Well, that's fine. I've seen him pass out before. It's not a big deal. But what actually happened was not what I... You say... Are you making one of our cards, Shell? Fire and needles, not my cup of tea. Yeah, well, we all have things we need to deal with, I guess. That's not square. So back to the red now, and we're going to do a red layer. Going around, we're doing red and green, all the way up. I think I could have put that one up a little higher. Oof. I'm going to have to cut red again. I think Shell's making a pop-up card because she's using the word bloop. Looks like it's about to rain here. I hope it doesn't, because I think from yesterday's storm that we had, my boot is going to be full of, my car boot is going to be full of water. I don't need any more rain, because I don't know how the rain's getting in there, but it is. I want to cut some more red ones now. Oh. I'm going to open this one up. See, now the last she didn't let me see the needle after she showed it to me, and I totally free and just ball and ball. Oh, well, I mean, I can't look at the needle actually going in. I don't know how I would handle having to watch a needle go in, but I can stand the pain of the needle going in after it, like if I'm not watching, I can do it. It's no different to me than going to the dentist and having a needle. So awesome, Marie. Feet up sounds good. Okay, what I do is the pins. Oh. My dentist makes sure I don't see the needle either. Yeah, but it doesn't matter that I know he's going to do it, so it's not like I know it's coming, whether I see it or not. But I mean, they don't put it right in front of your face. Although the last dentist I went to, yeah, I can't say anything good about that one. If you have a good dentist, don't change dentists, is all I can say. Tired? No, why? Am I sighing? Probably. I hate getting up at 6:30, having to take Ian to work, and now coming home and having to go up and down the ladder. Oh, I can't stand going up and down the ladder. I wish my ceiling could come down to me. My ceiling can come down to my height, and then magically go back up when I'm done, so I don't have to climb the ladder. Oh. Oh no, I didn't yawn. Maybe I sighed. I was probably sighing. No, no yawning. I do have a lady that that doesn't like the sound of me breathing. Like, no breathing allowed. She goes, your breathing is annoying. I'm like, okay. Okay then. Oh, what am I supposed to do? Oh, I don't know. Some people. I mean, if my breathing is annoying, turn the volume down. If I didn't think I was breathing that loudly. Obviously, my camera picked it up, you know, a lot louder than it should have. Oh. Yep, you get all sorts of comments. They come through. They sure do. Oh, when I first started YouTube, I was upset. Like, I would get upset. Oh my God, somebody said whatever. I was basically in tears over what somebody would, had said. But then when I got used to it and noticed that other people in other videos, YouTubers, oh, I don't need that. I need to go back to green, had mean comments on their channels too. I realised this was a thing, and I didn't get upset because I just took it personally. I thought, oh, these people are being, mean. Why are they so mean? Why don't they leave a nice comment? Why are they being like that? And I would get upset. And but after reading other people's seeing other people's comments, I was like, oh, this actually happens. Like, people are actually mean. And I got used to it. You kind of need to have a thick skin on YouTube because you will get all sorts of people. I had one lady last year, I think it was, could have even been this year, I don't know, say to me on one of my older videos that this woman was a mess from the beginning to the end. And I thought, what? I thought to myself, no. I thought, you're just being rude because you're commenting on an older video and thinking that I won't answer because it's an older video, I won't see it or whatever, or I'm not going to answer her. All the other comments on there were perfectly fine, nothing wrong with them. The video was not a mess. It was a tutorial. I did have a couple of mishaps in it, but I laughed my way through it because it was funny. Basically, I was just showing people how to make this card. And I don't know what she meant by a mess because it still made sense. Basically, I told her that I wasn't a professional. I wasn't doing it to make a whole heap of money. I was just basically showing people what I knew and how I made this thing. And that I thanked her for watching. And she ended up apologising. And I thought, well, there you go. Like, she didn't have to be rude like that in the first place. I think she just thought nobody was going to see the comment because it was an older video. No, that's the thing. They want their comment to be seen. That's why they're commenting in the first place. They don't really, some people don't think before they comment that there's another person that's actually put that video up, that's actually got, feelings on the other side of that screen. And think, oh, I might actually hurt this person, or this person will actually see this because it's an older video. All your comments get shown to you, whether they're, 10 years old or not. They will come up. You get an email and you get a notification to say somebody's commented. So people just don't care. I got called the C word on someone else's channel for asking whether she was related to somebody else with the same surname on YouTube. What's wrong with that? And then 5 people jumped on me, calling me all sorts of names just for asking if they were related. I thought they were related. I mean, they were similar in appearance. I thought maybe they were related. So I just asked nicely, hey, I was just wondering, are you guys related? And I got called the C word and all sorts of stuff. And I'm not subscribed to that channel anymore. And I was like, what just happened? I just asked a question, a nice question. Oh boy. It's just funny how people forget or don't care that there's someone actually there. You're talking to a person, and I know you're just typing, but there's someone there. You can't do that. I mean, what if I actually said to one person, what if I deleted her comment though. What if I was an older lady, or if I was someone that was terminally ill or something, and you've gone and you've, said something horrible to me on one of my videos? How do you think that would make me feel? And she came back with, I have every right to have an opinion. And I thought, what, did you not just understand what I just said to you? I deleted her comment. I thought, she doesn't get it. You can't just be rude to people. You don't know what a person on the other side is going through. You can't just do that. So her comments actually don't come through anymore. What I've done for her is I've hidden her comments for my channel, so she thinks she's commenting and she's the only one that can actually see them. Nobody else, including me, can't see her comments. So she's screwed up there, because she's basically talking to herself, if she's even saying anything else, because nobody can see it. Yeah. Yep. But that's the kind of stuff, and the bigger YouTubers get even more of that than the smaller ones, because the smaller YouTubers don't have the following, so they don't have as much people to see their videos, whereas the bigger YouTubers have more people seeing it, and they get just as much crap as they do nice comments. And you can't stop it. YouTube won't do anything about it. You've got the power for your channel to hide comments, and you can even disable comments. You don't have to have comments available to your subscribers. I can turn off comments on my videos. If I don't want people to comment, then you can watch my video, but you can't leave a comment at all. More red. The tree takes a lot more napkins than the ball, that's for sure. Maybe I should just cut 2 of these. Cut 2 of these at once. I don't have to cut anymore, because we're getting to the top anyway now, so let's see if I can cut 2 of these even enough-ish. Probably not enough there for a 3-inch square. Is that going to be wide enough? Oh yeah. That's wide enough for 3 inches. Oops, knocked it over. Alright, did I let the kids take their phones to camp, Shell? I don't know if Brody has a phone, but did I let them take their phones? Oops, I pulled that one apart. Do you want to leave your backing? Oh no, that one's got backing on it. Oh no, they're right. A comment saying they were boring. The vloggers replied politely saying some of their viewers liked the vlog, etc. Yeah, I find the best way to deal with mean people is to reply politely. That's what I did. I thanked that other woman for watching and said, you know, I said to her, look, I'm not a professional. I don't know, you know, I'm just showing you how I made this card. And she ended up apologising. But and I don't see why you need to leave a rude remark if you don't like something. I mean, if you really have to do something, you can just leave a thumbs down on, you know, and not say anything and then just leave. If you have to do, you know, something, if you can't help yourself, because the thumbs down doesn't hurt the channel anyway. That does nothing. The thumbs up and thumbs down don't actually do anything. It's basically just showing you how many people like and dislike your stuff, but it doesn't actually cause anything to happen for your channel. Nothing that doesn't affect you in any way. Even if you're, oops, we're done with the red. Even if you're earning money, it does not affect your channel. So I don't even know why people bother with the thumbs down at all. It does nothing. It just shows other people. If you've got that turned on, it just shows how many people didn't like you. Whatever. Ow. Getting a sore thumb. It's a little tender on the side now. So I recommend using a thimble maybe. My hands are getting older, they're getting sore. I had really sore what do you call it? Joint. Whew. Yes, last night. And I said to hubby, I said, I think my arthritis is kicking in. It was sore for no reason. they're allowed to take a camera. Oh well. Well, that's like we used to do when we were at school, I guess. We were allowed to take a camera. I just thought maybe, since, you know, there's phones now. But I suppose they don't want the kids losing them and stuff, and then parents blaming the teachers or whatever. Did I have another pen there? No. No, that's fine. I only pricked myself once, but that was because I wasn't really watching what I was picking up. I need a thimble for pushing the pins in, though. It's not too bad. It's worse with fabric because fabric is thicker. Napkins are really thin, so it's actually really good. Oh, what am I doing? This one. Which one am I doing? Why have I got two there? Around and around and around, and then I've got two here. I missed one. I've got to do that one. They don't want the added responsibility. Yeah, well that's right, because they lose their phone or break it or whatever. Yeah. Teachers can't be responsible for kids if they're going on a flying fox or whatever and the phone falls out of their pocket. It's not gonna be good, is it? Alright, we're getting there. One more. You really need to cut up a whole bunch of squares before you start your project, because I'm wasting time cutting, if you know what I mean. Constantly cutting more. You cut a whole bunch, and then if you don't use them all, you could use them for a different project, or a collage, or a decoupage or something. Rather than, like me, again now having to cut some more green ones. And if you were making a tree and a ball, you know, or multiple balls, then cutting a whole heap would be the way to go. Did I tell you, I mean, I told the story in my other live stream, I don't know which one. One of my first live streams, I think, about when Nathan was in kinder. You know how everybody keeps talking about dickers not dicking. Well, that was because of the story that I told in one of my live streams about Nathan. Do you want to hear it? I don't know if Tammy was there for that. Yes. Okay, so Nathan was in kinder, so he went to 4-year-old kinder. He didn't do 3-year-old kinder, but we moved in to this house when he was 3, and they said, you know, they needed to be toilet trained, they needed to be able to do stuff on their own, blah blah blah. We had all these rules that the kids needed to be able to do before they started 4-year-old. So we enrolled him in 4-year-old to make sure he had everything done, immunisation. They wouldn't be able to start without that. So we had all that, you know, all that done, and he was enrolled in 4-year-old kinder. And now back to Red. And then it was, I don't know, he was there halfway through the year, I think. And where am I going with this one? It goes there. Halfway through the year, and I went to pick him up one day, and his teachers, Mrs. Barker and Mrs. Anderson, were standing there at pick-up time. Mrs. Barker says to me, Diana, she says, can I see you for a minute? And I thought, oh no. I thought to myself, he's done something, you know, what's happened? Has he done something? He's been naughty? You know, they don't usually pull parents aside unless something's up. And I thought, Nathan's a good kid. I thought to myself, if something's happened or he's done something, it's probably peer pressure or something, you know, something's caused it. Anyway, I'm one of these people that if something's up, I will go beetroot red and be totally embarrassed. And there's still parents in there, and then, you know, picking their kids up. And Mrs. Barker took one look at me, and she's like, oh, no, it's fine. She could tell that I was like, oh no, what's going on? And she goes, it's totally fine. She goes, I just wanted to tell you, she goes, Mrs. Anderson and I couldn't help ourselves. And then she starts telling me the story. She said, Nate, we had, they had milk and fruit, and then they did like an award system where if they were being good, they got a sticker. And they all went off to play with their stickers on their shirts. And Nathan come running back, and he's at the top of his lungs. He's telling Mrs. Barker, he says, and that's just one ply. Mrs. Barker, he goes, my dicker's not dicking. And she said she couldn't hold it back. She said her and Mrs. Anderson burst out laughing because his sticker was not sticking. And I said, oh my God, I said, I'm so sorry. He hasn't learnt to pronounce the S's at the beginning of his words, but he's okay with them at the end. I said, he's not, you know, he hasn't done that yet. And she goes, no, Diana. She goes, it's totally fine. Meanwhile, she's laughing her head off. She goes, it's totally fine. She goes, it's just that we couldn't hold our laughter back that his dicker wasn't dicking. And she said that they haven't had, you know, a child come up to them with something so funny before. And she said not to worry, they fixed his sticker. He was perfectly happy. That he needed to tell them that his dicker wasn't dicking. And I thought, when I was telling Ian, I said I hope they didn't laugh in front of him. I mean, the poor kid didn't know, you know, what they were thinking. But I reckon it would be pretty funny if a child came running up saying his dicker wasn't dicking. But yeah, so that's the story. That's a story, and that's why the girls talk about dickers in the chat now. there's no ending now. There's no ending to it. Oh. Well, Shazzy said something about her brain falling out. Robin said something about holding it in with Dickers, and it just went nuts. That one live stream, it was hilarious. Oh. So now when you hear the girls, or hear the girls, you won't hear them, but if you see the girls talking about Dickers, that's what they're talking about. Oh. It's become a thing. Oh, poor Nathan. So I said to him, sorry. I said, it's turned into a whole... Oh, hi, Deborah. I said to him, sorry, it's turned into a whole thing. He goes, yeah, I don't care. I'm like, okay. Thank goodness. Oh. Well, no. Oh. Vicky still laughs her head off. She was on last night on yep, Tanya's channel. She was on Tanya's channel, and she was talking about it. She's still laughing about it. But can you imagine the urgency of poor Nathan running up to the teacher, needing it to be fixed? Oh, can you just hear like a little voice screaming it out that his dicker was? Oh. Oh. Oops. Tammy was packing her bag for tomorrow and laughing at the story. Uh-huh. Where are you going? Where are you going? Tammy, did you say where you're going? Where you were off to? I forgot now. See, we're going around and around. That's what it looks like. You guys can't see. And we're going to start folding them in a little bit as we get up because they're too wide. My dad's for Thanksgiving. Oh, okay. Is it Thanksgiving tomorrow? We don't have Thanksgiving here. So... Uh-oh, I bent the pin. I have weak styrofoam or really muscly fingers. Oh, Thanksgiving is Thursday? Okay. So that's our Friday. It looks cute. Getting there. I'm gonna have to fold in the corners because in a minute after I finish doing this row, because it's going to be too thick otherwise to go all the way around with the big triangle. Where am I? Yeah. Chip says hi. Hi. Chris, isn't it? Is that short for Christopher? I have a Christopher. My nephew's name is Christopher. We call Christopher, well, he gets called Chris a lot by his mates and that. I don't call him Chris. I either call him Christopher or he has a nickname, and I call him Kipper because when Nathan was little he couldn't say Christopher and he'd say Kiffer, and now I call him Kiffer. Stuck with it. He's Kiffer. So if I don't call him Christopher, Kiffer it is. And we all kind of have, well, I have a nickname as well. So now that I've finished that, see how it's puffing out, just like the ball did, it's puffing. So now for the next layer, I'm going to fold in the corners like I did when we did the ball. So we're going to go there, but I'm going to fold in the corners. So this is a little more awkward to fold in the corners than the ball was, because you've got to hold on to this tree. His name is Christopher. Chip is a nickname that stuck from primary school. Oh, that's cute. It's just like my Christopher has a nickname, Kiffer. I have a nickname. Everybody calls me Nana, but I don't really know how I got it. I think it was Christopher that came up with it. I think it was easier for him to say Auntie Nana when he was little than Auntie Diana. So I think that's how I got that. So my family will occasionally call me Nana. Christopher I really can't remember the last time I heard Christopher say Auntie Diana. He calls me Auntie Nana every time. So that's really cute. I love it. I love that he calls me Auntie, in fact, because Nathan never did. He never really calls anyone Auntie anything. So Christopher does, and he'll be 30 in February, so yeah. No, it's pretty thick. I'm not gonna okay, you have permission to close your eyes. I'll let you off, Tammy. You can close your eyes. Tambo. Your brother's was Booger. Oh, that's just lovely. Oh, that's the bent one. Fancy that. Out of all these pins, I picked the bent one up. Oh, you're funny, Tammy. I've never stabbed myself with a pin going through. I've made plenty of these trees. I've never stabbed myself. Alright, now I'm going to cut some more red again. Oh, it's getting there. See that? Isn't that cute? It actually looks really cute, as in the colour combo. I like it. Alright, red. I've got this strip from before, so I'm just going to cut this up. It was left over from before. And you know how, since we're talking about names and how we pronounce stuff, Sarah, when she was little, she used to call Mum dinner. Ask her what was for dinner, so she just started to call that. That's funny. Oh my God. Oh, that's hilarious, Marie. That is too funny, Marie. Oh, Missy, my grandma always called me Debbie Doo. Debbie Doo? Oh. I forgot what I was going to say now. I don't know what I was going to say. Oh, I was going to say my mum never called me Diana. She was born in Croatia, so they pronounce things differently, and my name to her was not Diana, it was Diana, and nobody calls me that, but Mum was the only one that called me Diana. Actually, no, I'm lying. Because my brother-in-law, my sister's husband, Christopher's dad, he used to call me Deanna. Actually, he did. Yeah. So, but of course in English nobody's going to call me Deanna. They're going to call me Diana because that's what it says. But that the way Mum pronounced it is actually the way that it's supposed to be pronounced, but it's spelt Diana. But if we were to write it in the way Croatians write it, it would be spelt differently, and then it would be said Diana, not Diana. Oh, just a bit of FYI. Oh. Wendy Woo, Mandy Moo. That's funny. Alright, we're getting there, We just need to add one more red one here. And then we can go up one more. I think I'm going to need one more napkin only in the red. And of course I just pulled out two when I only need one. Even though it looks like I've used a whole heap of napkins, there's still heaps in the packet. It's not really using that many. But you can get the smaller trees, which is probably what I should have used. Oh, I just did I do it on the fold? I did, didn't I? Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I did it on the fold. Yep. I should have used the smaller tree because I have the smaller styrofoam trees. Had I used this tree, I would have needed to cut my squares smaller, and we would be finished by now. But oh well, I forgot about that until now. Bit late. Michelle says she'll call me Deanna from now on. I think it's actually spelt like this if we were to spell it the way hang on, the way it's spelt in Croatian. I think it would be spelt like that, because the J is pronounced as the J is pronounced as a Y. So it would actually be spelt like that. Alright, so now Shell calls Connor Mooey and Brody gets Buddy. My sister used to call Nathan mate, not mate. Oh, what did she call him? I've forgotten now. Uh-oh. What happened to my comments? Oh. You guys got a screen? Mine's green. I have a green screen. What the heck? Can you guys still see? Oh, I don't know what's happening, but it says I'm still streaming, but my screen is green. Ooh. Yeah, you still see me? Okay. Alright. I don't know. It's probably my computer. It did update a couple of days ago. It's probably doing something I have no knowledge of. Oh, I'm finished with red. Back to green. Back to green. This is cute, isn't it? And this is all napkin. So if you did it with fabric, it would look exactly like this, but it would be fabric. And if you did it with paper, which I've done before, it would look just like that, but with paper. You can use whatever you want. But I haven't seen anybody use napkins before, so I thought I'd do a napkin one. And again, you're still adding these, but you're folding the tips in. And I think two more, this row, and then maybe, I'm not sure if one more after that or not, but we'd have to not use pins. You'd have to glue it on, because the pins would go through the tip. Marie's been called sticky since, oops, missed it. I've been called sticky since year 8 by a friend of mine, because we were having a water fight and he was using a can of Coke but had water in it, and his friend had one with Coke in it and I didn't know. Oh, so you got all sticky. Uh-huh. Oh. Well, that could turn out to be a kind of weird if they called you sticky in the middle of a, you know, a gathering of some sort. Hey, sticky. Diana it is. I need to scroll down. Yeah, at the top it'll go through, but I'm not up to there yet. And at the moment I'm pushing them so that they go down, like on an angle, instead of straight through, so that they don't... Oh, it's It's okay, Tammy. It's alright. I used that other one. Oh, must have. Oh, come here. And one more row. Oh, wouldn't you know it? I need to cut 2 more. Hopefully Ian can get the lid off the tin of paint so I can paint the lounge room, the ceiling. I haven't even started the ceiling. I was going to have 2 coats done by the time I started this live stream. Yeah, right. Can't even get the tin open. I sent him a text message. No painting today. Can't open the tin. He hasn't replied. I stab myself more when I hand sew than when I use pins. I only stabbed myself once, and that was because I wasn't watching what I was doing. And oh, really? Oh, that one's over a bit. Let's go that way. Alright. Got to go get Sarah from school. Thanks for sharing. Bye, Marie. Thanks for popping in. I need 1 more of the green. Like 1. How did that even happen? How did that happen? I don't know how. I need 1. That's just weird. I don't know what happened there. On the fold, I'll go that way. These pins are actually not that sharp compared to a sewing needle. The pins, these are blunt. Oh, that one's bent. Ooh. Alright. I don't know if I can get another set in with pins or whether I have to glue them, because they might go through. I'll just see if I can get them on the angle I need so that they don't go through. It'll be right. That looks like it'll work. So to decorate the top of this, you can do whatever you want. You can add ribbon, you can add whatever you want. I can't think of anything. Oh, you decide what you're adding to the top of your tree, because I can't think of anything right now. Maybe a doily if you had like a little one. You could add like a little doily on the top and have it like you know, like that on the top or something. I don't have a smaller doily than that, but I've got some green lace that you could put around. Where can I find anything when you want it? Yeah, I've got this lace. I think I got from Tanya actually. You could put like a trim of lace right around the top of it. A star, an angel. Yeah, you could put a star. You want to cover the white bit though. You want to make sure, because you're not going to be able to get too many more pins in here. As Tammy's paranoid already that I'm going to send the pin through. You're gonna you can glue. You can keep going up to the top of this with your points if you want, but your pins are going to go through unless you have them like going right down. I'm already got them on a really big angle, so you want something that's going to cover your pins, like a train man, like a train. I'm telling you. You're funny. It's getting really chunky. Oh, really? Did I? That wasn't. Is this folded? No. No. Okay. I'm gonna need one more red one. I took out that other red one. Remember? There, see? Now we've got one more. Is there two here? It feels like two. No, they're actually supposed to go together. That is actually one napkin. If I stab myself, I'll let you know. YouTube might actually demonetize the video. Hey, is that one or two? Right, it's two, okay. These ones are really thin napkins, probably why they're $1. Because you can't really, half the time I can't really tell if there's two pieces there or not. So what they don't have is a white lining like the other ones. They actually have red. It'll be jacked up if you did. Right, two more. Two more? Yeah. Two more and then we're done with the pins. Ew, that doesn't have a tip on it. It's getting a little harder to push the pins in now with all this thickness up the top. But you don't have to take it up right up to the top like I am. You can actually, you know, stop down a little bit further and just add lace or something to make it look like there's snow on the hilltop, you know. Hilltop. Tree top. I don't know where that came from. Hilltop. Oh. What's the time? 3:12. Wow, this is the longest I've been on a live stream for a while. Nathan's up. I hear movement. Alright, so there's your there's your tree done. And now you can just add whatever you want to cover the top. And I have no idea what I want to put on top of mine. I'm thinking this trim might look cute if I just add a little bit of trim around it. Shell's arguing with her printer. And so I'm thinking I might just do like a little I don't know if I like the green. Or maybe with some cream lace. That looks a bit wide to me. I don't have any gathered lace that's thinner, so it's kind of I have this little pink one. I might use that. Oh, I need my glue gun. Oh. that glue gun's on, I'm going to use this little trim. That's all I have of that, so I might as well use it. I'm just going to wrap it around the top like that. Just going to wrap it around the top and glue it up there like that, I think. Something like that. I don't know. It's not really the right width. It's a little long. If I had something that was a little shorter, it would look cuter. Yeah, don't like that either. I don't know if I took the centre of this doily off and just sort of, yeah, that's kind of cute. Let's try that. Scissors. Anybody? Scissors. I'm going to cut the centre of this off. Wow, I've been on here nearly 3 hours. That kind of looks cute if I put that on there. But maybe I should have cut this section as well. You can't see what I'm doing. I'm just cutting this outer edge off this doily. There. Yeah, I think that looks cuter. I'm gonna add that on there, on the tip of it. That one's a better size. It gives it a bit more like a skirt. I think that's, yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. Just gonna wait for the glue gun. I'll be right back. So did I tell you guys, you know how my neighbours moved out? My neighbour moved out. She sold the house and we've got rentals. Well, the guy that moved in with his girlfriend, I'm presuming they're not married, I don't know, they could be. His name is Nathan. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what, really? Because the lady that lived there for 16 years that we've known her for, her husband's name was Ian. And my husband's name is Ian. And now these new guys that have moved in, his name is Nathan. And my son's name is Nathan. I'm like, wow. So, and then you could put a, bead and a stick pin in the top, but I don't have one, so I can get one though, can't I? I have beads. I don't know where the beads are. Oh yeah, when you move stuff around, I don't know where my beads are gone. I don't know, I was looking for my beads, but I can't find them. Oh, I can't find them. I don't know where they are. But if you had... If you had a charm, maybe I could do it with a charm. Could do a snowflake and push that in there and it would have a snowflake on top. Oh, if I had my beads, I could show you what I mean. You put it, put a bead on top. Oh, you can't see because my hand's in the way. My big hand is in the way. You put a bead on top of the tree. We could do a circle bead. Could use a sewing pin, which would give you like a double bead if you put a sewing pin on there. I might do that and glue it in actually. Yeah, I don't know where my beads are. I cleaned out a whole bunch of stuff, and I moved things out of drawers and into drawers and out of drawers and back into different drawers, and now I don't know where anything is. Oh, thanks for staying up, Tammy. Appreciated, sweetie. It's appreciated that you stayed up and this glue gun doesn't want to. Really? Are you hot? You're hot, but you don't want to go through. Okay. So now I'm just going to glue this on. Just under there like that. Because you just want it enough to, I mean you can do it however you want, but I just want it to cover the glue, to cover the pins. And try not to touch the styrofoam with the hot glue gun because it will melt it. Ow, hot. Three inches, yeah, that's right, Tammy. Night. Have a good sleep. Have a good Thanksgiving. Yes, if it's a smaller tree, smaller squares. Smaller balls. Smaller balls, smaller squares. Oh, smaller squares. 3-inch squares for the ball I sent you, Shell. Alright, now I'm gonna I burnt myself so bad with a glue gun once. It was a few years ago now. That I felt so sorry for firefighters, because I just thought, how do they get burnt? Like, they get burnt in fires, and how hot that fire is. This glue gun, I don't know what happened, because normally I'm really good with it, but I got glue on my finger and it burnt so bad. It had a big blister and the skin came off. 2 layers of skin came off. That's how bad I burnt myself. Don't hold it like that. I'm pretty good with this now. You can touch this piece here. It's not and it's hot, but it's not that hot. It's not too bad, and the gun itself is not too bad either. It's just the metal part that's really, really hot, and the glue that comes out of it. I don't know why this glue stick doesn't want to come through, but I only need a bit of glue to put in there. Put that on there. See? Oh, you're funny, Tammy. Oh. Alright, well, our tree is done. See? Like that. Isn't that cute? I could have left it longer. Didn't have to cut that edge off, but there you go. There's our tree. So the tree's done, and the balls are done. Our balls are done, and the tree's done. Thank you so much, you guys, for hanging out. That was awesome. Oh, shit. Oh. Huh? Deborah, what? All of it together keep the plies on the top one. Huh? Oh, thanks, Shell. Thanks, guys. So that was all made with Christmas napkins. So if you've got Christmas napkins, you can make these. And don't forget, you can also do it with the egg shape. With the egg shaped styrofoam. But you need to do it this way so that the shorter, the smaller tip is on the bottom, not the big side. So you would do it the same way as these ones. So first you would put your square on the bottom and then go up. No, Tammy. Oh, don't separate the napkin layers. Yeah, no separating the napkins. Not for this project. But you can do it with fabric and you can do it with paper as well. So it doesn't matter how you do it. But they turn out cute. And the tree would look really cute if you wrapped some lights, you know, some of these string lights. You wrap them around the tree. It will look totally cute. Alright guys, I'll talk to you again soon. This stream is a 3-hour one. Woohoo! You guys are awesome for hanging out for that long. Thank you. Alright, I'll see you soon. Next tutorial will be on these guys. On these guys. The next tutorial. If you want to see how they're done. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna go. Alright. Thanks, guys. Bye. You're welcome.